Hey everybody out there in the internet world and the comic book community. I'm Chris and welcome back to Comic Book Corner. Not to be confused with Mike Spider Slayer's Comic Book Corner channel. This is Comic Book Corner where I review graphic novels, hardcovers, and trade paperbacks and whatnot. All meaning the same thing. And I have a book for you guys. I got it in the mail not 4 days ago and I've already finished it, and you guys should know by now what book that is if you watched Unboxing Friday. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Collection Volume number 3, and I talked about this during Volume 2. I'm not really happy about one thing. First of all, this is a hardcover book. It is an oversized printing of the comic book pages. The artwork, as always, is beautiful. And basically, the Turtles are not in New York at the moment because Shredder returned. And here's some examples of awesome artwork. Leo versus Shredder. Turns out in the last book, Shredder came back, and the Turtles were forced out of New York. They ran and were forced into hiding. And the whole beginning of this book, up until I'd say right here. So basically, this half of the book is the Turtles, and I believe they went upstate, and this half of the book is the 3-part series called Return to New York, and this is where the cover is. Yeah. This is one of the covers. They had all 3 covers. There was a page with all 3 covers, and then it's oversized from page 1. So, the Return to New York, Raphael and basically Raphael and Leo had a huge falling out towards the beginning of this book, and Raphael says that Leo's not fit to lead them because he's afraid to go back to New York, and they should be going back and facing the Shredder because it's their one failure. And let's just say it doesn't end well for Leo, at least, and Raph actually goes back to New York alone at first. Later on, the Turtles would follow. There would be a return of an ally and also the death of an ally, so that kind of spoils that much at least. But these books were made in the 1980s. By now, I think most of you guys would know mostly about what's going on here. And then in the last issue of this book, it's Leo versus Shredder, and the rest of the Turtles versus the Foot. And the ending was epic. It was awesome, and I can't wait for the next volume. Hopefully there'll be a next volume. I didn't see a volume 4 mentioned. This book contains issues 12, 14, 15, 17, and issues 19 through 21. That's the 3-part Return to New York story arc. It does not include issues 11, 13, and 16. But I was told by a few people when I did the review of Volume 2 that those were out-of-the-way stories. It wasn't done by Eastman, I believe. A few people said they were just like little tales on the side, written and drawn by a different art and writing team. I don't know. I've never had the ability to see any of the issues from 11, 13, and 16, so I don't know. I don't know which. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard that they're collecting it in a softcover book, which I probably will end up getting. I have it on my Amazon wishlist, I believe. But this story was another one that's like, it's Mikey. Mikey was writing a story, and the whole book seems like, you know, it's called Distraction, this issue. It's issue 17, and it looks like, you know, Mikey's like back in time or something, and we don't know why. And then at the very, very end of the story, it turns out there's like it goes into writing the end, and it shows Mikey actually writing the story with a Batman shirt on. But they kind of cover the bat symbol, so you really can't tell. But the whole book is awesome. 5 out of 5, obviously, automatically. Really good. They have 3 Shredders that were in the Return to New York story arc. That was interesting to see. All the stories are good. I have to be honest though, there was one story that really didn't catch my eye. Which one was it? It was, I believe, issue number 15. I really did not enjoy it too much of that because it was the Turtles meeting up with an older superhero team or something. That wasn't really good. I did enjoy issue 14. Issue 12 was really good. Issue 19 was hilarious. Not 19. Issue 17 with Distractions was hilarious. 19, 20, and 21 definitely made this a hardcover Ultimate Collection worth the buy in and of themselves. 3 issues alone. Also in here you get little tidbits at the beginning and end of all the what do you call it, the issues. Here's the first page for the first issue. At the end of each issue they have like a little bit of a not a Q&A, but like a rundown with I want to get to the end of this issue to show you guys, with either it's Kevin Eastman or Peter Laird. Like, see here they have like sketches and whatnot, and little, they like go, actually there is a part like right here where they go through the pages and they actually run through it, annotations. This is the annotation. Basically they're annotating each and every page, what it meant, what the purpose of it was. And there's little pictures here and there for everything. Like for this one, it was the advertisement for the Halloween special on the bottom here. So this book's price tag is $49.99. It's a $50 book. However, I saved a bunch of money. I bought it off of Amazon.com. You can go check it out on Amazon.com. I believe I saved approximately $20 to $25, but it was a pre-order. I saved the money. So you're going to have to go on Amazon and find out yourself. I think I spent like 30-ish around dollars for this. Maybe 40. I don't remember. I'm not really sure. I pre-ordered this months ago when I saw it was on sale. I actually ordered it. I pre-ordered it back in like June, I believe. So you definitely will get a nice deal at Amazon.com. There are also other external sites, I'm sure, that sell this book. You got to just check it out for yourself. But I know for a fact that if you go on Amazon, it's cheap. I believe Midtown is selling it for for about, not cover price, they're giving you 15% off, so it depends. But I got my book at Amazon.com, so you can go check it out there and you get probably a nice deal off of it. It's worth the money. Even if you had to pay if I had to pay the $50, I'd say it's worth the money. It's oversized. This is the size of an average comic book, okay? And this is the size of the paper. The paper starts right about here. You're getting at least double the size of your comic book paper. It's blown up to double size, and it's in its classic black and white format. It's not in color. For those of you who are looking for the color classics, they're coming out in individual comic books as we go along. I believe this last week we got Raphael's one-shot, and they're going along each month. We're getting another book, so if you want to see these in color, you can check IDW.com out, and they have the listing, I believe, for these issues in color. But this is issues like 12 to 21 minus 3 issues, and those issues are not going to be out for at least a year, because I believe we're only up to like issue 4, I believe, in the colored classics, and we just hit the Raphael micro series one shot. There's still Leo, Mikey, and Donnie, so you're going to have a while to wait. But this book was worth the money. The Return to New York was an awesome story arc. I can't wait, and I hope that there will be another Ultimate Collection. If anybody knows about Ultimate Collection Volume 4, I have not seen it yet, but I haven't really been looking yet due to the fact that, you know, finances have been a little bit tight lately, so I really wouldn't even pre-order it right now. But if anybody hears anything about the Ultimate Collection Volume 4, feel free to let me know below. I'll go check it out on Amazon if they made the announcement on when it's coming out. But I'll definitely, if Volume 4 comes out, I'll be getting that all the way through to the end. This is a collection for any TMNT fan. And for those of you who aren't into TMNT or haven't read anything from TMNT, I wouldn't recommend going to Volume 3. I would recommend you start off at Volume 1, which I have. If you like Volume 1, get Volume 2, then come up to Volume 3. Don't just jump into Volume 3, because you're going to want to know why the Turtles... You're going to wonder why the Turtles out in the country somewhere and not New York like they're supposed to be. And that's all explained in Volume 2, and their origin is explained in Volume 1. But this is a definite must-have for any TMNT fan. For anybody who's enjoying the current ongoing series or enjoying the color classics, I would definitely recommend this book, because it's in its original form, which is black and white. It's got the original stories. Nothing's cut out. Nothing's missing except for now. This is the first hardcover that's actually missing issues. From Volume 1 through 2, we had all issues 1 through 10. It was starting with issue 11 that we lost an issue. So I kind of feel bad that you kind of want all the issues to be in one book. You don't want to see like, okay, issues 11, 13, and 16 now are going to be in a soft cover, and then you get this. But that's like the only negative thing I can say about this, is the fact that it's minus 3 issues. But once again, if it was written and drawn by somebody else, they really don't. It's not involved with the actual main story then, so I can kind of understand why they would cut those 3 issues out. But at the same time, it would have been nice maybe if they put it in the back of the book, like, you know, the additional 3 issues as a bonus. But I guess it would be kind of a little bit too much if they're going to try to keep it equal to the other 2 books. So maybe they'll make an ultimate collection of all the extra story arcs. I don't know what they're going to be doing with Volume 4. If Volume 4 is going to start with issue 22 or whatnot. But these are really good books. I highly recommend it. 5 out of 5 stars. Even though I would say 4.5, but if the books really weren't drawn by Peter Laird and written by Kevin Eastman, then I really can't take even a half a star away for the subtraction of those 3 issues. It's a really good book. It's worth the money, however much you pay for it from whatever website you pay for it from. And I would definitely say check this book out. I highly recommend TMNT to every single person that comes to my website and asks me, what comic book series would you recommend the most? Especially when they ask me what independent comic company comic book do you recommend the most. I always bring up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You really should check it out, but start from Volume 2, not from Volume 1, not Volume 3. And then work your way up to 3 if you enjoy Volume 1. Okay, guys? That was your Comic Book Corner book review of this week. Next week I will be getting another book. I don't know if I'll have the... I'll probably have the time to read it, but I don't know if I'll be shooting the book review or the Comic Book Corner episode on the exact same time, but it should be up within the next week or 2. So guys, if you like this video and you're not already subscribed, there's a subscribe button above. We do live shows every Tuesday, except for one Tuesday every month where we do a live show on Dark Avenger Inc. And the only way you'll know that it's live is if you're subscribed. Also, there are a lot of other videos I have planned for this site as well as Dark Avenger Inc. And you're not going to want to miss them, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And go to Dark Avenger Inc. and subscribe there too, because we've all got big plans for Dark Avenger Inc. also. And you're not going to want to miss out on that. Thumbs up and down are gone. We don't deal with trolls. So if you like this video, give it a favorite and show YouTube you liked it. Also, comments below. Questions, likes, dislikes about, maybe you've read this before in regular comic form and you didn't like it. Feel free to leave your feedback below. Any questions about the book, about like where I got it or anything like that, like the stories inside, feel free to leave your questions below also. I love comments. And I try to keep up with them. Sometimes I get a little bit busy at home and, you know, it takes me a little while, but I always come back to my comments, and I definitely will get back to your comment, especially if it's a question. And yeah, that's it, guys. So take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and definitely check out TMNT if you haven't already. Take care, everybody. See you real soon.